Hey everyone, Michael here, and I was watching the Democratic debate and thought there were a lot of gems, but one stuck out to me more than the others.
150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. More than all the wars, including Vietnam, from that point on. Carnage.
So, in this video, Joe Biden says that we have over 150 million people die in the US since Vietnam. And I know he says since 2007, and then he backtracks and he says since Vietnam, but and then he goes on to say, which is more than the number of people killed in all of our wars, which would be a true statement if the number of deaths were actually accurate to begin with. Now, I have seen another YouTube channel mock our former vice president and show that 150 million people is half the number of our country, and so this must make the statement completely daft and untrue. And while 150 million is indeed half of our population, it doesn't prove anything. As an example, according to the Guttmacher Institute, an estimated 862,320 abortions took place in the United States in 2017, and there have been well over 70 million abortions as well. Does this mean that 5% of our population has been killed recently? No, it doesn't. How many people have died in gun violence? Well, let's have a look. So according to the CNN, in 2017, there was a huge uptick in the number of deaths. So as you can see here, I have CNN replicated that analysis that was created by the Education Fund to Stop Gun Violence and found that 39,773 people died by guns in 2017, which is an increase of more than 10,000 deaths from 28,874 in 99. The age-adjusted rate for firearms for death, okay, etc. So let's take that number and multiply it by 65, the number of years since the start of Vietnam, which took place in 55, or started at 55, and we get a grand total of 2.6 million people, which I'll admit, that's a lot of people. However, that is a bit shy of the 150 million people that Joe Biden has stated. However, if we look deeper at the numbers, according to the CDC, 60%. 60%. For every single year, suicide has been accounted for 60% of all gun violence, firearm violence, however you want to call it, in the United States. And so if we take that into account, we're looking at just over 1 million people to firearms, be it homicide or unintentional or other. This is taking the numbers and grossly overstating them. If we take an actual average, which is closer to 30,000 per year, we're looking at closer to 780,000 people from firearms, if you minus the suicides from the projection. According to the study done by the CDC, as quoted by Forbes magazine, almost all national survey estimates indicate that defensive gun uses by victims are at least as common as offensive uses by criminals, with estimates of annual uses ranging from about 500,000 to more than 3 million, in context of about 300,000 violent crimes involving firearms. So almost all national survey estimates indicate that defensive gun uses by victims are at least as common as offensive. So that means that it's nearly a 1-to-1 ratio. However, another study estimates that there are 1 million, we'll just say 1 million, DJUs per year for self-protection, and DJUs defensive gun uses. So shouldn't we be looking at mental health, the 60% of the people that have committed suicide instead of the instrument of use? I mean, if a person's going to kill themselves, they will find a way. They will always find a way. And firearms are just a means to an end. So Joe Biden, 150 million people did not in fact die from firearm violence, but instead closer to about 780,000 people. I know that if I see 2 or more people approaching me with intent to attack, I'll be very thankful that I have more than a shotgun or a pistol with less than 10 rounds in a magazine, not a clip, to protect my wife and my kids. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.